So I learned something super interesting in the Bible the other day, and I'm going to do a real quick recap of the story for everyone who doesn't already know. That way you're caught up for what's going to be the good stuff. Basically, God says, hey, Jonah, go tell the Ninevites they're awful. Jonah was like, nope, and goes the complete opposite direction. God sends a storm. All these sailors are freaking out. They're praying to all kinds of gods that are not real, and basically they're like, Jonah, pray to your God. They start casting lots to figure out who's the problem child, and it's Jonah. And Jonah's like, just throw me overboard, it's my fault. And they're like, nah, we're gonna row faster, try to outwin the storm. They can't win, and they have to throw Jonah overboard. So this is where they start praying to God, and they say, oh Lord, they pleaded, don't make us die for this man's sin, and don't hold us responsible for his death. Oh Lord, you have sent this storm upon him for your own good reasons, which I find is very interesting. So if you're a child of God, you know that God works all things together for the good of those who love him. So for his good reasons. So sometimes in your life, God is going to send a storm because you're going off track. And we're going to speed fast a little faster. The Bible says, now the Lord arranged for a great fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was inside the fish 3 days, 3 nights. It might not have been a whale. But the point is, so God caused a storm to stop Jonah from where he's going. He sent a way to get Jonah back on the track he's going to go. But here's the interesting part. Did the fish just take Jonah where he needed to go and spit him out? No, not until Jonah decided in the fish to pray a prayer where he eventually says, and my earnest prayer went out to you in your holy temple. Those who worship false gods turn their back on all God's mercies, but I will offer sacrifices to you with songs of praise, and I will fulfill my vows, for my salvation comes from the Lord alone. Then the Lord ordered the fish to spit Jonah out on the beach. So here's the good stuff, right? So it wasn't until Jonah made the decision to step into what God provided for him that God was like, okay, and let the fish spit him out on the beach. So here's where the interesting part is. Sometimes in your life, there's going to be a storm, and a lot of times people think, oh yeah, Satan calls, blah, blah, blah. No, sometimes God sends a storm because you're going off track. And when he sends a storm because you're going off track, he's also going to send a provision to get you back on track. And then at that point, it is up to you to make the decision. Am I going to step into this provision, step into what I was supposed to do in the first place? Or am I going to keep pushing through and whining and complaining and staying stuck where I am? And that's up to you. Have a good day.